Hello and welcome to this series. I'm so excited to be back on this channel, and we are going to be talking today with Stacey Reed, who is an amazing human, and we have a gift for you guys. It is a three-part series called Be the Woman He Wants Before 2024. It's going to
Yes.
be three parts. It's going to be today, tomorrow, and the next day. And yeah, so we are just so excited to talk about this. So today's episode is called The Hidden Secret to Finding Your Soulmate.
Ooh, hidden secret. Right on time for
Wow.
like Halloween. It's all hiding. I love it. And it's kind
So
yeah, go ahead.
what I would really like to hear first is, like, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you? Why are you talking about this? Like, what is your thing?
Thank you so much. So my thing is I'm a transformational leadership coach first and foremost, and I specialize in relationships. And it's funny because, that's how we met through your relationship. And so when it comes to finding your soulmate, to attracting your partner, it's important to find somebody who lives the work. And everything that I'm providing, all the tools, done them myself, have coached into it, have so much success with clients that I wanted to come on here with you and share it with your audience.
Amazing. And yeah, I'm glad you touched on that because this is a very important point. You are the coach for me and Jerry.
Yes,
Still to this day. In fact, last night we had a session with you, did we not?
you did. It
We
was
did,
so good.
and it was a
Yes.
juicy one. And so,
Mhm.
for the audience who may not realize that I've been sort of out of commission for a while with relationship coaching, I have taken a break from that myself, and I really wanted to introduce my coach, our coach, to my audience so that they still have access to amazing relationship advice, care, someone to talk to and learn from. So
And
yeah,
thank you. I'm super excited to be supporting your audience. This is amazing.
awesome. Awesome. Are you ready to dive into this juicy
The
episode?
secret. Yes.
Secret. Okay, so the secret. So the obvious question is, what is the hidden secret to finding your soulmate?
The hidden secret, bum bum bum, is your relationship with you. Big surprise, right? But it's so important. And that's the thing is, and you know as well as anybody else that until you're your own soulmate, truly, until you're your own best friend, your own soulmate, it's virtually impossible. And so I see so many women out there doing like perfecting the dating site, all the mechanism parts to it.
Okay.
But we're taught that we got to do the things to have the guy to be the woman. And what I'm proposing, what works and what works is be the woman that does the things that has the guy, right? So it's be, do, have versus do, have, be. And that might kind of sound a little convoluted, but what I'm really trying to say is whatever you transmit, you get. So if I am not connected to one, what do I really want in a soulmate? And why? Like, why do I want somebody with tall, dark, and handsome, right? Like, is it just because everybody wants that? Because you've got to be connected in your soul to find your soulmate. Super important. And that starts with you and showing up, being the kind of woman that is transmitting the vibration that's going to attract the soulmate. And I found my soulmate exactly that way. And oh my gosh, I was stuck in the doing. Oh, I did all the things, everything that you support women with, that. And that last little piece, which you coached on, is showing up powerfully and being her.
Love that. I love that. And for a lot of people, women watching this, this is still hard to understand.
It
So
is
I'm
hard.
going to dig with questions so that really we can just like parse this out. So
Yeah, because being,
okay,
right, like not to interrupt, but when
no,
I say being, what the hell is being? How do
yeah,
you
like,
be?
how do you be? And so I can tell, I know the women watching right now are gonna be like, well, I'm already doing all the things being my own soulmate. I take myself out to dinner. I buy myself a glass of wine. I go for my nails. I get my hair done. I get massages. I go to the spa. It's still the mechanism.
It is. It's such a illusion and a trap. It's really
Yeah.
a trap. I got trapped into it for a while.
So how, these women who don't know they're in the trap, but they are in the trap, how can we help them see to make the change, like to what
Yes.
to do to make the change?
So first off, whatever's happening on the outside of you is the direct feedback of where you're at with your being your own soulmate. So if you're out there buying yourself a glass of wine, going to the places, but the feedback is there's no quality men or the ones that resonate that you want, that's telling you that you're not being her yet. And could be because you're in the mechanism. So I'm doing this on Monday, doing this on Tuesday, but it's about being is something you can't do. That's how you know if you're being. You can't do love. You can't do confidence. It's literally a way that you show up transmitting. We know what it's like to find somebody who's confident and who's not, who's faking it, who's doing confidence versus being confidence. You can just feel it in your intuition and in your body. And so that's the being that I'm talking about.
Okay, so great. So some people think, and there is merit to fake it till you make it.
Yep. Yep.
Like if you are faking confidence, how do you stop faking it?
Okay. So if you're faking it till you make it, right? It's starting to tap into your authenticity. Like, who are you? If you stopped faking confidence, then who would you be? Right? Like some people would be really fun and creative. Some people would be if they stopped faking it, they would be gentle and really feminine. Sometimes we get caught up in the doing and we lose who we really are, which is soft, beautiful, persuasive, all the ways that women be.
Yeah.
It gets lost in the translation.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love this. I mean, as you know, I teach a lot about feminine, masculine, and how to get yourself out of your masculine mode, transitioning from work to your beingness so that you can attract. So for someone okay, so the vibration, let's talk about vibration because it's really about the vibe, right?
It is.
If
It is.
you're, for example, I'm going to give two examples and people hopefully will get this. Imagine this like hot, like gorgeous woman. Okay. She's like 25 years old. She's got perfect boobs, perfect ass, flat stomach, gorgeous hair, like perfect makeup. And she's walking down the street, but her vibration is like angry and closed.
Mm-hmm.
Like men might look at her, but they look at her like a piece of meat. They don't look at her like, wow, she's radiant. I don't know why I need to talk to her. They're
Right.
like, I want to go to bed with her.
Right.
And
Yeah.
use a piece of meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is faking it.
Absolutely. I love that.
Now, there's a woman, everybody knows one, who's 85 years old. I actually was just at a little cafe and I opened the door for an 85-year-old woman who was stunning.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
She was glowing. She had wrinkles galore. Her boobs were probably down to her knees. Okay. But she was glowing. She had like a perfect amount of makeup on, not too much, not too little. Her hair was in place. And she was just this like elegant, gorgeous, stunning, like radiant woman. And everyone, including me, like I went out of my way to open the door for her.
Right.
People are drawn to her. That's not because she's hot.
Right.
It's not because she has perfect boobs and perfect hair.
Right.
No
Which is
man,
all the doing, which is all the doing. I'm glad you're mentioning
all
it
the
because we
doing.
think, yep.
And no man is going to want to like lay her
Mhm.
for the sake of laying her, but I bet her husband makes love to her
Yes.
regularly. And that's
Mhm.
part of why she's radiant, right? It's like the whole cycle continues. So that is what we're talking about. Do you agree?
Absolutely. It's your vibe. It's that inner knowingness of who you are. Which is huge. And the next step is like, how does a person who feels really lost figure out who they are, right? Like that's
Question.
yeah, that's the hardest part about it.
Yeah.
And that comes with trust. That comes with getting feedback from people that loves you, right? So let's say I've been attracting, let's say I was that girl. Let's pretend I have huge boobs and all this stuff, and I'm walking and my vibe isn't there, and I just keep getting guys that just want to sleep with me,
Right.
or just skip dinner, let's go back to my place type of
Right.
thing. So obviously the feedback is that. So how do I switch it up? It's about that love that you have for yourself. So and how do you start to cultivate that love? It's a little bit of faking it till you make it, but it's going out to your trusted group of friends, family, and saying to them, I want your brutally honest feedback. Be willing to hear it. This is what I had to do. And I was actually a little shocked. Stacy, my experience of you is self-righteous. Oh, that's a real turnoff, turns out, right?
Turns out.
It turns out nobody's into it. They want to sleep with you, but then that's it, right? So dropping my self-righteousness, I would have never known unless I was willing to just go there. So let's say you go there and you hear, well, you're kind of a doormat. You say yes when you mean to say no. And you have people that love you that want to provide that. So now, yeah, doormats aren't confident. So am I willing to let go of being everyone's favorite, or people pleasing, because that has your power? Am I willing to have people be mad at me to find my soulmate? And it's like, well, yeah. And chances are you won't make anybody upset. And
True.
yeah, so you might as well let that story go so that you can have your wildest dreams, which is what you did. Is you let every story go, all the stories go, and then you have your soulmate.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of my stories was when I first met Jerry, before I even knew you, we
Right.
only met into our relationship, but when I was dating Jerry, one of my things was I still want a baby, and I'm in like approaching mid 40s, and that's
Mhm.
ridiculous. And every man I date, because I date older in their 50s or beyond, doesn't want a kid. And when
Yep.
I met Jerry, and he first of all, he hadn't had a vasectomy, which is also like 99% of men that age have for some reason in
Mhm.
our society. And I was like, honest. I wasn't like, oh no, I'm good. Like
Mhm.
not bringing up
I,
the
I
kids.
don't want him to. He seems like a good guy. I don't want to lose him, so I'll just be her, be that
Exactly.
inauthentic.
Be what I think he wants me to be. And in fact, I would just bead myself.
Yeah, you beat
And
yourself.
I was like, oh, you don't have a vasectomy? We were talking about like initiating our sexual relationship.
Mhm.
Oh, you don't have a vasectomy? Careful, because I really want another baby. And I just want you to know. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't mind. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like my, like just by being authentic, it just fell into my lap.
Because you're transmitting authenticity, so you're only going to receive an authentic reply.
Right.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned this, because same with me. I have two older boys,
Right.
two failed marriages. I'm such
Right.
damaged goods. In fact, I was online dating and I was dating this jerk because I was a 4 out of 10 with myself. So I attracted a 4. And so he gave me the feedback. He was such a jerk, but it really shifted me. He said, you have two older boys because you're almost 40 at the time. I'm 42 now. You have baggage. He called my children baggage. And that because he's a guy, he could always like lose weight and do stuff, and his number would go up. But I'm stuck forever at a 6, is what he told me. And
Ouch.
yeah. And at first I could have taken that and believed it, right? And
Right.
been stuck. But I was like, No.
No.
And yeah, no, I am only a 6 unless I choose it. And so then I started investigating, like, what would it take for me to feel like a 10? And then I was told, you're too old. I wanted another baby too. And I never gave myself permission until I gave myself permission. I actually went on a date with a guy who was much younger than me, and he wanted kids. And I thought, it's just over with for me. And I even had a story, you can't have kids with just the same guy. Like, I had so many crazy stories. And I was out dinner with this guy, and he was like, I really want kids. And I was like, oh, absolutely not, because my kids are older and had all these stories. But at the end of the night, I thought, could I? Do I? And I allowed myself, and as you know, Soul is 19 months old, right? And all natural, 5 hours at home. And my partner, younger than me, never been married, which that was important to me. That's what I wanted, completely possible. And I wanted somebody who would move to me. I live in Wyoming. It's kind of a thing. He's from LA. Yeah, the right soulmate will move anywhere for you. He would
Totally.
he sold his music studio. He went in a minivan with me with all of his stuff. He had a garage sale, gave away things, right? Like, the soulmate, because I was being my own soulmate. I
Right.
was choosing to have that elevated vibration with myself. I was, yes, doing the things, but I also was being her. So I was talking nicely to myself, like I
Right.
want him to talk to me. I was looking at myself in the mirror and being graceful with myself. And all of the ways of being that I wanted him to treat me, I treated me like that.
You're not waiting for your man to come and feel certain things. You felt it then before he even came in. Like, that's part of it. If you're waiting, if you're like holding your breath to feel a certain way,
Mhm.
by like to and are waiting on the condition of the man to feel that, you're doing it ass backwards. Like, feel it
You're
now.
gonna wait a long time, maybe forever. Some people wait forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do what it takes, do and be, you can do to
Yep.
get the feeling, do and be what it takes to get the feeling that you're actually hoping for. Hope is like out there, right?
Yep.
Do it now so that you are a vibrational match for what it is that you want. This is how I'm pregnant right now. I'm
Yes.
20 weeks pregnant by the time this
Yeah.
year. And I'm way into my 40s, and according to society, should not be pregnant, all the things,
All the shoulds, all the
all the
should,
shoulds,
shouldn't.
and
Yep.
my wish came true. And you know what, Stacey? I started feeling what it felt like to have a little baby. Literally, my vision was always like having a little baby in a cot over there in the bed, like in the bedroom. That was
Hmm.
part of my vision 5 years before I met Jerry.
Yeah.
So 10 by the time this baby is born, 10 years ago, I started visioning this baby
Oh yeah.
and feeling it, and and not even the pregnancy necessarily, the baby itself. And it came into fruition. So be brave and bold to
Hmm.
be, to feel and be in the vibration of what it is you want, and don't worry about fearing not getting it,
Yep.
because
And
that's what.
be willing to hear the judgment, be willing to, experience somebody telling you you're a 6, because
Right.
it's not about value. We're all born with all the value that we ever have, which is perfect and filled. But at
Yeah.
some point we think that we're like a used car, right? And that value is in our partner. So my soulmate will provide the value for me. But it's like, no, I'm valuable, and somebody's coming in my life to enhance it. Soulmates enhance your life. They don't elevate your status.
Right. And I love that, you, like a used car, you find value in your partner. But
Yes.
actually, I mean, as you and I both know, and I think this audience is mostly women who might feel like they're a used car or have a lot of baggage,
Hmm.
that, baggage is actually growth, and you're actually a better version of yourself now. So just get rid of all that self,
Yeah.
shame, hate, whatever it is.
I'm notorious for saying your experience is your greatest asset. Like I am such a rock star mom and partner because of all of my past.
Right.
Like it's that my partner gets to benefit from all of my experience. And that's a beautiful thing. And men want that. And also being authentic, we can get caught up in my hair or my nails or this or that. I have to look a certain way. But as you and I both know, guys like it all natural. They like you for you. They're not quite as hard on us as we are on ourselves. So remembering that, give yourself grace so that you can find a really handsome, graceful, powerful man.
And we're not saying you have to want a baby or marriage or any
Yeah,
of that.
no,
We're
that was
saying
just us.
that was just us, and we're so similar. This is why we get along, whatever. But we're not saying you have to want a soulmate. We're not saying you have to want a baby or marriage. We're just saying be bold enough to
Mhm.
admit to yourself all
Yes.
of your desires, because you can't have them unless you actually declare that you want them, A.
Yes.
And B, then start doing all the things that you need to do to feel that now, to be the woman that has that, to become the woman that has that.
Yep.
And then the rest, the universe will just figure it out for
It
you.
really does. It like the universe turns plastic. It molds into exactly what you want when you let go of how one way, linear, has to be this way, which was really how I thought. And then when I just was open to possibilities, I'm just going to trust myself. I'm going to go and do the things that are going to help me out to find him. And then trust the process, right? Like literally within, okay, I got called to 6. I swear it was like 3 weeks. Truly, it was crazy.
Wow.
So, but we'll talk about that in our next one.
Okay, we can talk about that. So I have one more thing I want to talk about or address, and that is, you keep saying, your environment is your feedback. What's happening in your life is your feedback. That, to some, that could
Mhm.
sound blamey, like it's your
Yep.
own fault, fix it.
Yeah.
What are you really meaning when you say that?
Well, it's sometimes because of, outside influence or just not trusting ourselves. It's hard to gauge like what's real, what's true, where am I at? And
Right.
so some of us inflate it. So, oh, well, I know I'm a 10 out of 10 with myself and I treat myself like a soulmate. And some people are self-loathing. So they're like, I don't know, blah, blah, right? But you can only gauge where you're really at by what's happening on the outside of you. So if I want this I kept running into guys that didn't even have driver's license. And like what is that? Like this total twos. Not like they're not, I'm sure they're nice people, but I really want somebody with a driver's license. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so that was like one of my requirements. Kind of sad thinking back now. But why, like I felt like I did the things and that I had that good relationship with myself. I was being my own soulmate. Yet why did I keep running into losers without driver's license? Because the truth of the matter was is I had a little more work to do on leaning into confidence, practicing my confidence, asking those trusted people to tell me, hey, do you feel like I've really stepped it up with not people pleasing anymore? Oh yeah, great. Okay, that's building my confidence. And then before you know it, all- like that's all in the past. I started meeting really quality individuals that just mirrored how I felt about myself.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, two things. First of all, if you like this interview, we have two more.
Mhm.
And we also have a masterclass coming up, but you. So if you liked this interview and you don't want to miss out on the next two, hit the bell notification so you'll get notified, and definitely subscribe to my channel because it's only going to be here.
Yes.
Um, Secondly, we are planning, I say we, it's literally only Stacy, but I am so excited about it.
It's
I'm
it's
gonna
we, it's
come.
we.
literally coming to the masterclass. I
Mhm.
have no reason to be there except that I just love everything Stacy does. And it's going to be on Wednesday,
Mhm.
October 11th
Yep.
at I have it written down.
3 PST, 6 EST.
Yes, and we're going to link it all below. We're going to link the link to sign up for the masterclass. You
Mhm.
have to sign up. It's not going to be here on my channel. It's not going to be on any public channel. You have to actually opt in and like put your name in, because it's going to be a very intimate, small group. Stacy's going to hot seat coach. It's going to be, there's going to be intimate stuff talked
People
about.
are going to have big breakthroughs, Barbara. They are, because it's literally be the woman he wants before 2024. That means we have 3 months. So I want to jam pack it with as much value as possible. And
Yes.
my intention is everyone who comes leaves one step closer to having their vision and not having to go into 2024 still worried about why do I still get the same old.
Yeah, like this is your time to like just stop the
Be
mad.
bold, like you said, be
Yeah.
bold.
Stacy, it's been so fun. We are going to be back tomorrow
Yes,
with our second part, and I can't wait.
me
I can't
too.
wait. And I
So
hope to see
fun.
all of you watching there as well. So hit the notification and we'll see you there.